Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Depending on when you're watching this and where in the world you may be when you're watching this. Monday, so it's time for a good old chit chat, little chit chat, sit down, talk, palaver, discord, uh, discourse, whatever you want to call it. We're just gonna have a little chat. I try to make these Mondays. I don't try to make them too long. I like to try to keep them within some semblance of reason. But I want to start out today by if you're a gamer like myself, then you probably know who Markiplier on YouTube is. Quite famous YouTuber. But he got on his channel yesterday and was quite upset, and rightly so, because he had just found out about 30 minutes prior that his niece had been killed in a car accident. And considering I think he's 28 years old, his niece was probably much younger. Um, Devastating. And to him and his family, guys, just reach out with your positivity and your love and your energy, or if you're a praying person, then pray whatever you need to do to throw that positivity towards him and his family, because they are in, I'm sure, desperate need of feel goods. Because I can't imagine losing a young family member to a car accident. I'm sure it's quite devastating for them. So let's wish him our best, and to him and his family, may their grief be assuaged and diminished. May they see better days ahead. But we are so sorry for his loss, and he's obviously not going to be making videos for quite some time. And again, rightly so. But I just wanted to start out by mentioning him. I saw his video yesterday. He posted it, and I felt really bad for him and his family. Pretty much all evening, and I thought about it. And I just wanted to kind of, if you're unaware who Markiplier is, you should check out his videos, because they are hilarious. And he's a big reason why I felt inspired to reach out and start this channel and try to help folks with these mental health Mondays, and help myself with my YouTube channel. Because remember what I said, my YouTube channel is also an outlet for me. Makes me feel better. So anyway, how is everyone today? And I'm great. It's a gray day here in Kentucky. It's been off and on raining. I wish it would just rain, but it's not really giving me a good solid pour down like I'd like. It's just kind of spitting here and spitting there and making things really kind of humid and sticky. But still a lovely day. I'm alive. So any day above ground's a good day, right, guys? You got to remember that. Got a little French press coffee this morning. So let's just start our discussion on the advice of Nimheel, whose channel you guys have to check out. If you haven't watched Nimheel's videos, his gaming videos, guys, great. Smooth commentary, great playthrough, make you laugh. You're missing out. Do yourself a favor, check that channel out as well. So you got Markiplier and Nimheel. A couple more shout outs. Why not? While we're on it, let's help our fellow gamers out. There's Rhubarbarian. The Rhubarbarian, as in rhubarb, Rhubarbarian, his gaming channel. Check him out. He's from New Zealand. Again, very funny guy, makes great videos. Do yourself a favor, go check him out. And Audit Gaming Stein. Audit Gaming Stein, a young man from India, if memory serves me correct. Also, great videos. Man, and the guy's got an intro that I'd give my freaking left nut for, because, I mean, holy smokes, I don't know how you made it, Audit. I am just computer inept, so I have no computer skills, and these guys are amazing. They are young guys, much younger than me. I'm a dinosaur. Remember, when I was young, there were no computers in houses. There was no internet. Somebody would have told me that the internet was going to be a thing when I was, 10 years old, I'd have laughed at you. I'd be like, yeah, that's space stuff. What have you been watching, Flash Gordon? But anyway, so check out those guys. Do yourselves a favor. Nimheel, Miheal. Rhubarbarian, obviously, Rhubarbian, Rhubarbarian. and Audit Gaming Stein. Well, Audit is A-D-I-T, and then Gaming, G-A-M-I-N-G, and Stein, S-T-E-I-N, as in Frankenstein. Or Frankenstein, if you're a fan of Mel Brooks. Anyway, check those guys out. You do yourself a favor. They're great gaming channels. Show them some love, because we all need support. We got to support each other. So, I've taken the first 5 minutes of my talk here today, and I'm like I said, this isn't going to be a long one. Just kind of reach out, because this channel is also about helping other people, and as well as helping myself. But let's get into the discussion. And on the, as I was saying, on the suggestion from Nimheel, who is a watcher of these videos, who I greatly appreciate, I decided to start writing down some of my thoughts that I wanted to talk about on our little chats here on Monday. So one of them is, I just want to discuss real quick about the idea that mental health ends. Mental health ends. That is not true. If you have mental health issues, there's no cure. It's a bummer. Stinks. Trust me. I know. I wish it was curable. But it is manageable. It is manageable. And you can have great quality of life through counseling, medications, proper coping skills, a combination of all of the above. You just have to want it. You have to struggle. It's going to be a fight. It's going to be hard. I'm not selling you anything. I'm not telling you anything's going to be easy, guys, because that would be lying to you, and I am not going to do that, okay? If you're suffering from mental health issues, or if you're living with somebody that's suffering from mental health issues, you should understand that for them to want help, if you're living with somebody that has mental health, that's suffering from mental health problems, they have to want help. And if you're suffering, if you're doing the suffering, and you're dealing with mental health issues, you have to understand that you not only do you have to want to change, but you need to understand that relapse, you're going to have problems, guys. Life stinks sometimes. You know, it's going to throw you a curveball. And you can't let relapse or a hard day set you back and put you back at square one to where you're beating your head against the wall. And even if it does put you back to square one, guys, you know, what if you're doing really great with your mental health issues and you have a relapse of some kind? Something sets you off. You wake up depressed. You never know. All right. And you have a terrible day. Don't beat yourself up about it. Look, relapse is a part of recovery. It happens. You know? So, excuse me. Holy smokes. I think it blew out my eardrums. Oh, you should be lucky, guys, I didn't do that into the mic. Not only would it have been snot and slobber all over the mic, but your own eardrums would have probably been blown out. Holy Jesus. It's a wonder my eyes didn't pop out of my head. Coffee. Okay. So relapse, guys, don't worry about it. But I do want to make it clear that mental health, I'm not selling a cure or anything on this channel. There is no such thing. And you'll be dealing with mental health issues the rest of your life. And your loved ones will be dealing. I don't care if they're having they've been the greatest human being you've ever met for let's say in my wife's case. You know, let's just bring it home. My wife has lived with me for a very long time. You know, over a decade. There are days where you wouldn't know I had mental health issues, you know, and then there are days that I don't want to get out of bed, you know. My wife understands. She didn't at first, and it took her some time to come to an understanding, but my wife understands now that it's never going to go away. You know, I am who I am. And there are going to be good days and there are going to be bad days. You know, if you're looking for a cure, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but there is no cure. So let's focus on day-to-day life. You know, that's what you need to keep your focus on. You know, sometimes, guys, you know, people say take it one day at a time. You know, my motto is take it 60 seconds at a time, guys. You know, if you can get through 1 minute, you can get through the next, especially on those bad days. Breathe. It'll be okay. But that's, I just wanted to make that clear. All right, so let's move on to the next topic that I had in my little book here. Okay. Feeling shame for having mental health issues. Boy, oh boy, am I really good at this one. I feel terrible about having mental health issues. It makes me feel like I'm not a good person. It makes me feel worthless. It makes me feel like I'm a burden. Oh my goodness, man, oh man. The list goes on and on, guys, and it is not correct. But it is a very big problem that sometimes the people around us and society make us feel that we have something to be ashamed about because our minds don't work like everybody else's, and what can be done about it? Be reassured, number one, and there's nothing wrong with you. You have an organ disorder, just like anybody else. Look, if your liver was failing, or you had cirrhosis, or you were on kidney dialysis because your kidneys weren't working properly, your brain is not working properly. You just have an organ disorder. And like any, heart disease, any organ that is failing in the human body, do we go and shame the person on kidney dialysis? Do we make them feel bad because their kidneys aren't filtering their blood properly? No, we certainly don't. Same thing with heart disease. You don't get out there with a guy with heart disease and start, badgering about not being able to run very far. Well, you get short-winded. You seem tired all the time. But we do chastise people that have mental health issues sometimes. And I don't even know if the people that we care about are aware that they're doing it. But it does happen, guys. And I would just say, if you live with somebody with mental health issues, be mindful that of the things you say to them. Because, one, they might misconstrue it as something negative, even when you don't mean it as something negative. And, two, you should be careful that you're not being negative about their issues. Because sometimes, they can't get out of bed. And they don't want to go do stuff and this, that, and the other. And that doesn't help them if you make them, well, you never want to go anywhere with me, to your spouse, who has anxiety issues. That is not going to help them. And it's certainly not going to make them feel better about their own issues. And so what happens when the shame comes, or when people think, even when you are undiagnosed and you're living with mental illness and you're ashamed to tell everybody, that shame is coming from somewhere. And generally it's from society's stereotyping of people with mental illness. When I tell people that I'm, one, a veteran, two, I have PTSD, holy smokes, the first look in their eye is this guy going to flip out and start shooting people? They get this look like, whoa. And then they try to, kind of treat me like I'm some sort of, I'm not a real human being, like I'm some sort of strange creature. Don't do that, guys. All right, one, I am all about self-deprecation. For those that don't know what self-deprecation is, I beat myself up. I have a very low opinion of myself. Okay? If I'm going to hurt anybody, it's going to be me. It's not going to be the rest of the world. That's something I've never gotten about these ding-dongs that do flip out and take a gun somewhere and start shooting everybody around them. That's beyond me. Because if there's anybody in the world that is in danger from me, it's me. But you get these looks. You do. I get these looks. This isn't a self-perceived thing. This is actually happening. Okay, this isn't just me being nuttier than squirrel turds, to use my southern colloquialness. Nuttier than squirrel turds. You haven't heard that one? Feel free to use it. Take that one with you. But seriously, guys, you got to be mindful of what you say. And if you're suffering from mental health issues, don't let the stigma that comes along with having mental health issues stop you from getting help, guys. I did for years and years and years. I mean, the better part of my life, I did not even think I had problems. I wouldn't even open my mind to the fact that I had issues, but I most certainly did. And the fact that I took so long to go and do anything about it is a shame. It's a shame. But it is nothing to be ashamed of, and that's something we should all remember. Your mental health issues are nothing to be ashamed of. You should never feel bad about it. And guys, if you're living with somebody, be careful of what you say to them. Don't shame people who have mental health issues, guys, into making them feel that there's something wrong with them because they can't go out or do this or do that. You know, don't do it. It's not cool. Okay, you wouldn't pick on people with cancer, would you? Don't be that douche. All right, let's see here. Mental health issues do not mean you are lazy. Let's go ahead and just put the stop sign up right there. This is for all of my family members. This is for anybody out there that has the idea that you know somebody that has mental health issues and you think that they're a lazy person. Okay? Hold the phone. I challenge anybody in the world to come work with me on my farm here in Kentucky. Anybody in the world. I'll work your ass into the ground until your asshole is sucking buttermilk and you're sweating your nutsack off, and you think, even if you're a woman and you think you don't have a nutsack, it'll be sweating by the time I'm done with you because I bust my ass. All right. I am not a lazy person. I worked for 7 years at General Motors building vans and whatnot in Missouri. I was in the United States military prior to that. I've been to culinary school. I've worked in kitchens. I have had numerous jobs throughout my life. Everything from digging footers on houses and doing construction, all right, to surveying land in western North Carolina. And if you've ever surveyed land, it's not like a little hike through the woods, okay? I am not a lazy person, all right? But I have not worked, and I've mentioned that before in videos. I have not worked in quite a few years. I work for myself, but I have not held a regular 9-to-5 job down. I have gotten, in my opinion, in my personal opinion, I feel like I've been judged on that in my family more than once by those around me who don't understand my mental health issues and don't understand me. And instead of coming to me and asking me and wanting to know who I am and find out the particulars of my mental health disorder and try to be understanding, secretly chastise me behind closed doors because they think that I am a lazy piece of shit. You know who you are, folks. I'm not going to call out names, but you guys know who you are. All right? Let me go ahead and set the record straight. I am not a lazy person. I love to work. In fact, this is work. And again, I challenge anybody who doesn't think that making YouTube videos is difficult to start your own channel and find out. All right? But I do work, and I like to work. I like to sweat. I like to get out and bust my ass. I enjoy the hell out of a good day's work to where you're so damn tired at night, you can barely eat dinner and wash your ass before you fall flat on your face in the bed. You know, especially living with insomnia. You know, I challenge somebody to live with insomnia as well. You know, I get maybe 4 hours of sleep a night, and on average. And then I get up and I work all day and I do this, you know. So my day goes like this. I get up in the morning, I feed, dress, make sure my kids' teeth are brushed, all that good stuff, all right? And after I'm done with that, the kids go and play and I come in and I record my video, all right? It may take thumbnails, editing, all the stuff that I need to do, including record time, take me about an hour, maybe a little bit more. When I'm done with that, then I do the laundry and I wash the dishes. And then I make my kids lunch because by then it's lunchtime. And after that, I mow the yard, I take care of the animals on the farm, and do all the stuff around here that needs to be done. All right. Then I fold all the clothes. My wife hasn't folded a piece of clothes, I don't know in how long. All right. I wash her clothes. I fold everything. I put everything away. I mop and sweep the floor. All right. By then, I got to start getting dinner ready. My wife will be home because I do all the cooking in my house. Remember, I did go to culinary school. All right. So, after I get done doing all the cooking, it's pretty late. You know, then we get the kids washed and bathed, and da-da-da-da-da. And then my day starts all over again. Except when everybody else has gone to bed at night, I can't sleep. So I stay up. Sometimes I read, sometimes I play games. Sometimes I sit and watch the ceiling fan go round and round. Actually, one of my favorite activities is I like going down to Walmart in the middle of the night, about 1, 2 in the morning, and I ask asinine questions of all the third shift guys. That's a good time. If you haven't done that, my last escapade to Walmart, I went there at about 2 in the morning, and I asked one of the 18-year-old stocking kids if they had farm-raised tuna. He didn't know that a tuna was a 900-pound fish. Too bad for him, because 30 minutes later, he had one of his buddies over there who called another one of his buddies, and I had 3 of these ding-dongs pulling cans off the shelf instead of stocking cans, looking for farm-raised tuna. It's a good time. You should give it a try sometime. Just go and ask for asinine shit like that. It's entertaining. Hey, I may be sick, all right, but a man's got to get his jollies, and at 2 in the morning when you can't sleep, why not? They're getting paid. They're getting paid. Don't feel bad for them. Anyway, tangent aside, does not mean I'm lazy, guys. I am not a lazy person, and nobody is. What most likely is happening, guys, is that if we're not going to work every day, we are dealing with crippling anxiety that you have no understanding of. And you can't just quit it. I know there's a lot of people out there, why don't you just stop? You can't do that. I had to correct my father the other day on that. My dad said, well, sometimes, son, you just need to get over it. That doesn't work like that. And I had to tell him, Dad, it doesn't work that way. There is no just getting over it. All right? I understand that a lot of you might not understand this, but you don't have to understand something to have a little sympathy. You can be sympathetic and not understand something. All right? But understand that they are obviously dealing with something that you are incapable of understanding, and just chalk it up to that. But don't judge them, and certainly don't go around calling people lazy when you have absolutely no idea of what they're dealing with and going through. And if you do, you shouldn't be calling them lazy anyway, because that just makes you an asshole. All right, and let's see here. Last thing I want to talk about. We got about 6-7 minutes left. Last thing I want to talk about is our context and the use of the word love in today's society. Excuse me. Guys, love is a powerful, powerful, powerful thing. Okay? A very, if not the most powerful thing, right? I mean, would you not agree with that? Love. It means a lot to me. To have somebody tell me they love me, you should be very careful with the things you say to people. See, I take people up on what they say. If they tell me that they love me, then I believe it. I'm one of those people. But see, the problem is, in today's society, what we have now done is take the word love and shrink it down to its most useless and meaningless concepts and relate it to everything. You know, McDonald's, I'm loving it. So the ultimate height of human emotion, the most passionate and powerful thing in the world, love, has been reduced to describing how somebody feels for a fucking cheeseburger. And we wonder why our society is the way it is. You know, they make fun of it in Anchorman, you know, where Will Ferrell says, I'm in love with Veronica Corningstone. And Brick says, I love Lamp. I love Desk. I love Lamp. You know, it's like, Brick, do you really love Lamp? Or, I love Lamp. It's that same context, except it's worldwide, where we use that word love so freely. I love this. I love my phone. I love Facebook. I love YouTube. Look, man, y'all guys, people need to cut it out with this whole bullshit. Understand that it is a very powerful word you're using. If you're going to tell somebody that you love them, be it a friend or a family member or whoever, if you're going to go there and use that word, well, you better have the context behind it as well. I mean, actually mean it, in other words, guys, because if you don't, you probably shouldn't be using it. Because, see, that leads to a whole lot of confusion for people like me who have a tendency to have trust issues in the first place. And two, take people up on what they say. See, so if you say something to me, I'm going to believe it. But the problem is that I've told you before, I have a hard time making bonds and connections to people. Trusting people is a huge thing for me because I generally don't. You know, but if I'm your friend and or your family member or whatever, and I have been around you for years and I have developed very strong feelings and very strong connection, because I don't have many connections, the connections I make are pretty freaking strong. You know, and you're going to come to me and say, I love you. You better mean it. you know, because it's not something that should be taken lightly, guys. Be careful of what you say to other people, and be careful of what language you use, because you never know how that person's going to perceive it. John Wayne, who, you know, I've referenced John Wayne a couple of times, I think, on this channel. I love John Wayne. I love old John Wayne movies, you know. But John Wayne said this. He says, I'm only responsible for what comes out of my mouth. How you interpret what comes out of my mouth is completely up to you. That's truth. Even if you don't like John Wayne. I am only responsible for the things I say. How you interpret the things I say are not your responsibility. But the problem is, if you're going to go around telling people you love them, how else are they supposed to take that? But if you love somebody, you don't turn around and take a big shit on them either, because that just leads to confusion and heartbreak. Right? That's what blows my mind. You got, you know, guys, anybody that's young out there, you young people that are out there, listen to me real quick, okay? Because I'm not going to lead you astray, okay? Don't go around telling your 15-year-old significant other, you guys are so cute. And I love the fact that you're 15 years old and you got the girlfriend and you got the boyfriend, and it's adorable. But understand this, chances are 15 years from now, if you're 15, by the time you're 30, the person you're dating right now, you're not going to be married to. You're not going to be with. They'll be a distant memory. You might not even know them anymore or live near them. But you go around telling each other that you love each other. And then when y'all break up, it's a heartache and misery, depending on who did the breaking and whatnot. Most of the time, it's young boys breaking young girls' hearts, but it's not always the case. But whatever the case is, then there's snot and crying and girls and heartache. I mean, you look on Facebook on some of these young people's pages and it's, oh, my boyfriend left me, and oh, the pain and the suffering that they're going through. And it's just, 4 months later, they're perfectly fine. And that's the way it goes. And I know when you get your heart broke, it hurts, guys. I'm not making light of that. But what I am making light of is the fact that you two goobers were gullible enough to go around telling each other that you loved each other when you don't even have a concept of what love is. And then you fell for it. So the other person who doesn't know what love is, like Britt telling I love Lamp, baby, I love you. Some 15-year-old boy to his girlfriend, baby, I love you. I'm always going to love you. 4 months later, he breaks up with her because he wants to go date Sarah instead of Janie, and Janie's heartbroken because I thought you loved me. He loves Lamp. Be careful what you say, and certainly be careful how you use that love word, because it is a very powerful thing, guys. And when you use it to compare how you feel for your cell phone to how I feel for my children, in a way, guys, it just completely diminishes and takes away all power and context, any gravity that the word love might have. And it also makes people like me that are suffering from mental illness not trust you and not believe you for the rest of my life. Because I am one of those people that if you screw me once, you might as well forget it. I'll forgive you. See, forgiveness is a whole different subject, guys, and I'm not going to get much into it. But I am the kind of person that if you do something wrong with me, I don't hold grudges. I will forgive you, but I'm not going to talk to you anymore. A whole different subject matter. My mother is a terrible human being. She's done some really crappy stuff to me, and I'll get into it, I'm sure, as the years, goes along. We got a lot of these talks left. But nonetheless, I forgave my mother for the things that she's done to me a long time ago. But I don't have to hang out with her, and I haven't talked to her in 10 years, and I plan to keep it that way because she's not a good person, and I have no intention of exposing my children to the fucking dredge of Western decay, which is exactly what she is. But I forgive her. I don't wish her any ill will. Wherever she is in the world right now, I hope my mother's doing absolutely fantastic. But I don't need to see her. I don't have to hug her, and I don't have to talk to her. And that's what you get with somebody like me. If you're going to tell me you love me and then betray me, we're done. So be careful what you say to people, guys. It means something. It has weight. It has gravity. It has context. Be careful. All right, well, that's it. That's all King Pigley was going to talk about today. Again, I want to wish Markiplier and his family, all the good vibes and the positivity I can. I feel so much for their family, and you guys do the same thing. because he's in a bad way. Like I said, if you ever lost a family member, it's hard. If you ever lost a young family member, it's devastating in a whole different way. Not worse, but it's hard. So keep him in your thoughts, guys. But that's it for King Piggly today here. I got to get my button. I always look down so I can hit the right button and stop recording. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Helps me out. Lets me know you're enjoying the content. A lot of guys like to watch my videos but not hit the thumbs up button. They don't even hit the thumbs down button. They just don't hit buttons, I guess. Maybe they have an aversion to buttons. Maybe I'm attracting people who are terrified of buttons. I wonder what that's called. If you know what the phobia of pushing buttons is, put it in the comment section below. I'd love to know. I have no idea. Does it even exist? I don't know. But if you do like this video and you want to see more from us here at us, now there's more than one of us. Roses are red, violets are blue. I'm schizophrenic, and so am I. If you want to see more from Gaming Imperfectly and yours truly, King Piggly, hit the subscribe button, smash it in, talk to it in sweet, gentle ways, caress it with your words, and help me out. Show me some love, guys, because I'm trying to grow this channel, and it's slow going, and that's fine. But I can't grow without you guys. I need your help and support, and I certainly appreciate it. So, that's it. King Piggly's out of here, and I'll see you guys in the next video.